What's good, YouTube? Michael with Gnome Logistics here, coming at you from home. Got done with my uh, lease, and like I promised, I'm giving y'all a little heads up of what happened there. Um, so I turned my truck in on Sunday, and I stayed until Wednesday before I flew home, just in case they needed anything or there was anything I needed to go over. Um, as far as the lease completion, I before anything was taken out of the lease completion, um, they wound up. My lease completion was a little over $5,000 that I got for the time that I had the truck, which wasn't bad. And then they took out some stuff. They also took out some stuff that I kind of knew they were going to, but wasn't 100%. When I did my truck inspection, when I got the truck, the handle on the back of the truck to kind of grab onto as you go up the steps to the catwalk, it was bent, but I think I bent it a little bit more. One of the first couple days I had it, I think I turned a little bit too much and it hit it or something. I'm not sure 100%. But anyway, so they charged me to replace that. And they had to replace, or they said they were going to replace the back panel, which I figured they would if they did it. I think they probably could have just bent it back and it had been perfectly fine, because it didn't rip it or anything like that. Oh, just a note, in case the guy that is gonna get my truck that I had sees this video. I can't remember what his driver code is, but I see that they put it back in the pool for other drivers to get. I'm guessing a company driver. Give me a call. If you look back on some of my videos, my numbers are on some of the cards that I've posted on them. But if you have any issues, make sure you check that truck really well. It had a lot of issues when I was on there. The airlines constantly leak. I mean, if you have to take more than one pull up, you're pretty much going to have to put it in park, set the brakes, and wait for a minute for it to fill the air back up, which is a pain in the ass. Anyways, so they wound up having to fix that, and they charged $1,600 for that fix. They changed out the filters, I guess, for a new person to be able to have it. I thought they were getting ready to sell it because, I ran it through its end of life lease, I thought. But anyway, it wound up being about $1,600 taken off. And, they did a couple little things. They fixed a bolt hole, which I didn't see until months after I got it because I didn't take a flashlight in the truck with me, which is why I made that video letting everybody know what they should look for. But anyway, it was a bolt hole in the side of the cabinet that I guess the previous driver mounted a TV in. And I didn't see it, and they charged me for the repair of it. They charged me for the repair on the floor, which the holes were already there in the rubber mat. They were cracked from where he had his refrigerator sitting. And the refrigerator had some mildew and mold on it or whatever. But I cleaned that up as much as I could. But they replaced that rubber part of the mat, assumably. I'm not 100% on that, but I know they charged me for it. So again, if the driver that got my truck sees this and wants to contact me, please do. I'd like to know if they actually fixed it, because if they didn't, I'd like to talk to them and ask them why they didn't fix it, but they charged me for it. No, nothing I can do about it, of course, but, it's kind of like a I think it was a Tyson or a Smithfield out in Grayson, Kentucky. I hit the gate, but I believe they were closing the gate as I went through it, and that's why I hit it, because as I started through it, I had plenty of room. But anyway, whole different story. They've got a gate, and I don't think they fixed that gate, but they charged. I had to pay a $500 deductible for them to fix the gate. But last time I drove by there, I didn't see that it was a new gate. Anyway, so they took off the repair stuff. So altogether, I got about just under $3,000 back from my end of lease. I think it was like $2,890 something, which isn't bad. You figure that's a really good week worth of running. Excuse me. As a solo driver, I'm taking my 45 days, I believe I'm taking off. I'll be back to the Springfield terminal technically April 2nd, because I fly in late on April the 1st. And then I got to get a hotel, I guess, because I'll be tired of shit. But anyway, I'll be back out there, and then leasing told me that's when I need to contact them and get put back on the list. And when I looked today, the list had about 20 to 30 drivers on it. If you want to look at that list, you can go to Success Leasing website. I believe it's successleasing.com. And you can look at the wait list for drivers waiting for trucks. And if you're supposed to be waiting on a truck, you can make sure that your name is on there. You can also go to their website and look under inventory. And you can see how much inventory they have right now. And of course, it changes daily. They get more stuff, more people turn in trucks, and then they have some available or whatnot. But go ahead and check that out. All the drivers that are out there, y'all be safe. All this stuff with all the politicians and stuff like that going on. I know gas prices are rising. I'm hoping that when I come back out there, got some kind of settled down, and the prices are coming back down for us. For all the new drivers coming out, enjoy it. It's stressful, but I guarantee it's not as stressful as some jobs you could have out here. Let's see what else. Don't sit back and just try to figure stuff out yourself. If you have a question, ask some of your other drivers. You got a driver lineup, created that Discord that he has. I do the website. I check out their little app every once in a while and see who's posted on that or see what they posted. But, there's plenty of venues you can go to talk to other truckers. I have noticed that a lot of prime truckers don't communicate to each other. Like I've seen some at the truck stops, and, we hardly communicate to each other. I think that needs to change. Have a little sit down or a little conversation with one of the other drivers if you see them. I don't think it would hurt to ask them questions. I mean, they may know or they may not know. Hopefully, they just won't give you the wrong answers if you have a question. I know I talked to one lady up in toward Dunn who had stopped, and it's the first time she had been driving through snow and stuff like that when they had like 4 inches. We talked for about 30 minutes because she was headed up to New Jersey. But, feel free to talk to other drivers, or at least attempt to talk to other drivers. You'll notice that a lot of them won't talk to you at first. I mean, if you approach them, they might start talking. I had better conversations with other company drivers, like, from Landstar or stuff like that, when sitting at shippers or whatever. I'd strike up a conversation with them and ask them how it was where they are, find out how long they've been doing it, and, just some insight. Again, y'all enjoy. I'll try to put out some more videos as soon as I get out. I will put out a video for when I check out my next truck, which I'm going back to Prime. I've already sat down and crunched my numbers, and I'll probably be at Prime until October, and then I'll be headed back into North Carolina, and that's probably where I'm gonna wind up just doing some local stuff so I can be around the kids and all that stuff. Might look into getting my own truck, start doing my own authority. But for now, it's get back on the road with Prime. I will be training, so I will pick up a student before I leave the terminal with my truck. There will be a student either I'm picking up, hopefully from North Carolina, but or a student that's already at the terminal that lives at least decently close to North Carolina to make it easier for me to go home on my home time. But I will do some videos of when I get my truck. I will actually be crawling underneath it, so it should be a pretty good video. I might do it in a couple different segments just to make it to where it's not too long. I'll try to keep them around 10, 15 minutes a piece, and I'll number them part 1, part 2, so y'all can follow along. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and click the bell, and you'll know as soon as those videos are out. I appreciate you guys, and y'all have a good day.